determine the value of the constant a for which the limit of g of x when x go to -1 exists, and state the limit if possible. So we're looking for the values of a so that the limit exists. Alright, so we have x less than equal to -1. We're going to use this part of the function, and if when x greater than -1, we're going to use this part of the function. Now in this piecewise function, when we find the limit, the equal sign does not really matter. What we have is just when it's less than -1 and where it is greater than -1. Right, first when x less than -1, we're going to find the limit when x approaching to -1, but when it's less than -1, which means it go from the left hand side. So we'll find the limit when x go to -1 from the left side of -1, which is x less than -1. So in that case, the limit of the function g of x, because x less than -1, we're going to use x squared minus ax. We use x squared minus ax. And when we find the limit, we just substitute the -1 into it. The superscript negative, we don't really do anything if the limit exists, of course. So put -1 in here, and then minus 8 times -1. So that is 1 minus 1. So that's going to be equal to 9. And since that is a defined number, we say the limit equal to that number. Right, that is when x less than -1. When x greater than -1, it will approach -1 from the right hand side. So we're going to use this part of the function. So the limit when x go to -1 on the right side, we use the plus superscript g of x is equal to limit when x go to -1 from the right side. G of x when x greater than -1 is ax cubed minus 1. So we're going to put -1 into it. -1 into x cubed, and we have a in front of it, and -1. Right, -1 cubed is -a. -1 times a, so -8 minus 1. So that is the limit when x go to -1 from the right hand side. Now, the limit from the left hand side is 9. The limit from the right hand side is -a, -1. The limit exists only if those two are equal. So we say 9 equal to -a minus 1. So from here we can say a equal to -10. So when a equal to -10, the limit exists, and that limit will be equal to either one of this, which is both of them are 9. So we say limit exists if a equal to -10, and the limit will be equal to the common values. If we put -10 in here, we also have 9. So in that case, the limit exists, and when x go to -1 from both sides, the limit equal to 9.